Let's talk about it. You have ADHD and now you are on your ADHD journey. That means in life, you right now are dealing with ADHD, managing it, learning about it, or maybe you have some victory successes, whatever it is. Everything you experience along the way when you are dealing with ADHD is part of your ADHD journey. Now, you may be an ADHD journey pro, or you might still be learning through your ADHD journey, like you're a beginner in the ADHD journey kind of thing. Either way, there are some things that you can learn or have learned that can be beneficial not only to you, but to other people. And that's what this is about today. It's about the benefits of your ADHD journey. Matter of fact, I call them the amazing benefits of your ADHD journey because there are things that are super beneficial to you and other people. Let's get into it. First up, you've gone through challenges. You've gone through all this different stuff. You have ADHD, you have definitely gone through some challenges. Now, it may be with education, it may be with friends, it may be with whatever, but you've gone through them because ADHD has some different things about it with executive function and hyperfocus and dopamine, all this kind of stuff that you have to learn about, or you don't have any idea of anything about it, or may not, right? So you have gone through challenges of learning ADHD, challenges maybe in school, challenges maybe with just making friends, challenges in all these different areas just because you're dealing with ADHD. These are the important things that you need to learn, how to overcome these challenges. And this is good for you. Not good that you have these challenges, but good that you still overcame them, still conquered them, still was able to keep going. And the best part about this is that it will inspire you and it can inspire somebody else as well. If you share these stories with somebody else, say, hey, I've been through that, or I've been there, or man, let me tell you about this that I did and I still came out on top. Yes, you go through challenges, but you overcome your challenges and you keep going and you bounce back and you keep moving forward. And yes, you might struggle here or there, but you still are able to keep moving forward, keep going, and keep having success. Thinking about it more, you're going to have victories, you're going to have successes. These are things that are important to you, important to other people as you tell them about your victories and successes. And the great thing about it is you're going to have challenges. Just like I said before, you're going to have challenges. You're going to have things that are not so fun to go through that you are trying to do that you just fail at sometimes. And you're like, I failed at it. And you get kind of down. But then you try it again and keep trying it again, keep doing it again and again. And eventually you find the victory, you find the success, right? You reach that goal that you've been wanting to reach for such a long time. And you have had such trouble trying to get to that goal. But finally, you did it. You succeeded. You got the victory. That can make you feel so good. It's going to make you feel good because you're going to get a dopamine rush kind of thing as well. But it's going to make you feel good because you accomplished something you set out to accomplish. You accomplished something despite all the challenges that you might have now, might have had in the past, might have in the future. You still accomplished it. You still met that goal. And it didn't matter how, or doesn't matter how you got there, right? It doesn't matter if you had to break things down more. It doesn't matter if you took a different path to get there. It doesn't matter about any of that. If you accomplish your goal, if you get to the same answer, if you get to the same solution, then that's all that really matters. You have accomplished that goal. You've got the victory. You got the success. And that can be inspiring for you, but it also can be inspiring for other people as you tell them about the things that you did. Tell them about the way you achieved victory. Tell them about the success you had and tell them about the goal that you reached. And if you tell someone with ADHD this, they may say, wow, I didn't think about this or that. Or wow, you met that goal doing this. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. That's pretty inspiring. So just think about that. Think about that benefit that you have, that you're going to go through victories, you're going to go through successes, you're going to reach goals, and that can be a benefit to inspire you and also inspire somebody else. And now another thing to think about is you have learned things through your ADHD journey. You've learned how to manage it. You've learned how you need different things to be kind of helps to you. You need different things from support groups. You need different things from doctors. You need different things to kind of make it through your day. You need to plan your day different. You've learned so much. You've learned about the brain too, a whole lot about the brain and dopamine and hyperfocus and all these different things, you've learned a lot. And you've learned a lot about overcoming things and challenges and how to beat those challenges. You've learned so much through this journey. That can be inspiring because you think back and you're like, wow, I know a lot about ADHD that I never thought that I would even think about learning or knowing or anything like that. I never thought I would be at this place learning these things. And wow, I have a lot of information in me right now that I remembered, that I learned. And when you learn those things, you can share it with other people. So somebody comes up to you and says, I'm new to ADHD. I don't know a whole lot about it. And you can say, hey, you know what? I've learned quite a bit. Let me share something with you. And they might be really thankful about it. They might be like, wow, hey, I never thought about that. That's really interesting. I'm glad that you told me that. So it can be used to inspire other people as well. You can use what you've learned to help somebody else, and that can inspire somebody else, especially if you tell them about the victories that you had, the successes that you had, how you overcame a certain issue. And they might be dealing with the same issue and like, wow, I didn't know that was possible. And that's an amazing thing that you've learned so much. And you will just be amazed if you think about all the things you've learned from the first point of getting diagnosed with ADHD and all this other stuff that you talk about when you meet someone that has ADHD and say, hey, have you heard about this? Do you know about this? Hey, have you ever tried this? Hey, what works for this? And you'll realize you have so much information that you can share with other people. You can share with people with ADHD, share your family, friends. You can share it with people that don't have ADHD, and that can raise awareness. So there is a benefit to learning all this stuff that you didn't think you were going to learn. That you were like, maybe if we have ADHD Jeopardy, I might use this. But really, you're going to use it throughout your life. You're going to use it to help people. You're going to use it to inspire people. And that can be one of the best benefits of your ADHD journey. And another great thing is your story continues. Like you just don't stop, right? You just keep going and going and going and rolling down the hill with the ADHD journey in life, right? I don't know where that analogy came from, but still, what I'm saying is this: your journey continues. You learn more, you encounter people, you are able to raise ADHD awareness in certain places, you're able to talk to people, you're able to learn more about how to overcome things. You learn more about the brain. Again, you learn so much about the brain when you have ADHD. A lot more information about the brain that you think you will ever learn because there's a lot of information there. And each of these things you learn about the brain can help you manage ADHD. So it's super important. Still a lot of information about the brain. Anyway, the point of it is this: is that throughout your journey, you're going to learn so much, experience so much, and you can use that to help other people. You can use that to help yourself. You are going to be on this journey for quite a while generally. And so you might as well enjoy the journey. You might as well get as much out of it as you can. And when you do, you'll be able to use that to benefit you and benefit someone else as well. And it can be an amazing thing as you go throughout your journey and realize how much you've encountered, how much you've experienced, how much you've learned, and share with other people as well and inspire them as well too. And another great thing about the ADHD journey, just like your journey in life in general, you're going to meet people, but not only are you going to meet people who are going to be great friends, and of course you're going to have your family and school buddies and all this kind of stuff, right? You're going to meet people who want to help you. You're going to meet people who are there for you, that give you support. You're going to meet people that say, hey, this is a really good piece of advice that I got, and I'm sharing it with you now. You're going to meet people who may have studied ADHD in college or have done research projects, or maybe run into someone that has a lot of knowledge just about ADHD in general. You're going to meet all sorts of people. Now, when you meet these people, you can say, hey, I really need help, and they'll help you. Or you might meet somebody and say, hey, I hear your situation. This is what I did that really worked for me. So twofold, gonna have people that will help and come to help you. And when those people come to help you and you've gone through those situations, you can take that experience and maybe share it with somebody else and say, hey, I've had this experience. This person came to help me in this way, and this way worked amazing for me. I would have never found out about this way to do this certain thing if I didn't have this person, if I didn't talk to this person, if they hadn't taught me, then I wouldn't know how to do this thing. But now I'm telling you, so maybe this thing that I know can help you as well. And so that's really what it's about. You're going to meet people. You're going to meet people that have skills that can help you and can give you advice. And you're going to meet other people where you do the same thing for them. And so throughout your ADHD journey, you're going to have those two situations generally. And that can be a great benefit to you and a great benefit to someone else as well. Another great thing about your ADHD journey is you're going to have things to talk about as you go throughout it. There are going to be a lot of things that you go through, a lot of experiences that you go through. And when someone wants to talk, you probably have an experience to share. Whether you share it or not is up to you, but it does give you things to talk about as you go through your ADHD journey. You're going to have things that you're probably going to say, ooh, I overshared way too much on that subject. But you have gone through an experience and you want to share that experience. You're like, wait, here's the best thing about that experience that I went through. And so you have things to talk about. Just from being on this ADHD journey, especially if you meet someone with ADHD, you probably have some things in common. You've probably gone through similar situations. You have a lot to talk about with each other. The only thing you got to figure out is how much you're going to share so that you don't overshare. And if they don't mind that you share and you don't mind if they share, that's a good thing, because then y'all can share as much as you want. And it could be a very long conversation, short conversation, whatever, but you just feel comfortable with that person because you have so many things in common. But my whole point is all these experiences give you something to talk about. All these things that you've learned, all these things that you have gone through, all these victories you've gone through, you can talk about these experiences with other people, and maybe they will inspire that person as well as also inspire you as you are given these experiences or talking about these experiences. You'll think back and remember back and think about all the things that happened, all the things you've done, all the things that you have accomplished just in general as you're telling the story. I think another great thing about the ADHD journey is this: you have so much that you can remember long term as you go through all these different things. You can remember the first time you failed something. You can remember, hey, I went through this process. It was so hard, but I finally succeeded in this goal or in this process, right? I finally got the victory. You know so much about all these different things you've gone through throughout your life, all the challenges, all the good things, all the bad things, right? You remember it all. If you think back to the things that inspire you, then it can inspire you overall. And you can say, wow, I did that. I accomplished that. I did so much along this journey, and I'm still doing a lot of stuff. Like right now, I'm doing this. I know I will get over that hump. I know I will succeed in that thing because I've done it before, and I will not give up. And so you have that with this ADHD journey. You have a lot of things to reminisce about, a lot of things to remember, a lot of things that you have learned, and a lot of things that will inspire you going forward. And I think that is one of the most amazing benefits of this, is that yes, you have a journey that may be hard. Yes, you have a journey that may be challenging, but you also have a journey where you've done so much, and each day you learn more, and each day you experience more, and each day you have something that you can look back on, and hopefully, mostly, there are victories or situations that you've learned from or something you can share with somebody else. And that can be a great benefit to you. And of course, if you share something, it can be a great benefit to someone else too. What do you think about all these benefits? What do you think about everything that I went over? What do you think about the benefits of the ADHD journey? Do you think these are benefits? Do you like these? Do you think that these can be something that you can look back on and say, wow, these are really good benefits. I never thought about that. I never looked at it that way. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below and give me what you think are some extra benefits as well. And before you go, make sure that you subscribe to the podcast, whether you're on YouTube or listen on the podcast app, as well as ring the notification bell, leave a like and leave a comment, and I will talk to you later.